Daryl, people are using a lot of curse words on your CJ Stroud remarks to open the show.
Shocking.
Well, it was great because Joey, our content creator, what is his role specifically? Do we know? I just call him video guy.
Like I thought that was his role. Video producer, video guy, YouTube guy.
Can he be
video extraordinaire?
The fan YouTuber?
Video guy Joey?
Or is that me? Am I the fan YouTuber?
I think you're the YouTuber, Daryl, because you're the one who's on there the most. Like, you're the one creating the most content for YouTube. So you are the resident YouTuber of 92.3 The Fan.
And so here...
What genius came up with that idea to put my face on YouTube?
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
We are getting the reaction on X, also provided by Scheiben Jewelers, Cleveland's premier jewelry store. Bot 34953877655 says he isn't worth a washing machine right now. You'd be chasing something he did 2 years ago, hoping to fix him. And that is the nice comment.
Hey, you know what? Call the Maytag repairman then.
Lynn122 says, my God, why is the media this awful? So this year, believe it or not, despite...
Listen, we have reached throw stuff against the wall and hope it sticks.
Well,
we have reached that portion of the program.
It's because I started out the show saying in a more optimistic sense that the Browns defense is as good as all these defenses that are dominating these offenses.
Right.
So you just need average quarterback play might have gotten you to this round. It might have. And you know, people last week were like, could CJ Stroud win the Super Bowl with that defense? And we found out no, because he's been abysmal in the playoffs. You know, since it's gotten worse from him. His rookie year, he came into the league, depending on if you go by the Mike Sando tiers, what the rest of the league thought of him.
Right.
I mean, he's the number 2 overall pick, and he had been a top 12, 13 quarterback his rookie year. This year, by the numbers, again, the same ones that have Shedeur way at the bottom, they have him 12 or 13. Now, a year ago, it was not good.
Right.
Like, his entire season was a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, he struggled mightily last season.
And you said you would trade.
He looked, yesterday, he looked like he did last season. And then I threw a grenade out there and said the Browns should give Houston Texans more first-round draft capital for him. Just for fun.
Now, his offensive line got beat up. This is going to sound familiar, Shedeur fans. His offensive line got beat up. Who were his weapons? He lost Nico Collins.
Listen, it's a holiday. Let's have some fun. Let's get nuts.
He also, he had a throw that was so bad in the flat to his tight end that he got his tight end, not in the flat, but he got his tight end injured.
Hospital ball.
Cade Stover. Like, it was a non-contact. That's how bad the throw was. So it was not good for CJ Stroud, and there's a big debate in Houston whether you pony up because he's due for an extension.
And if you do,
and Daryl wants to trade the second first-round pick for him.
It's the Baker Mayfield conversation that we had here, right, about the contract extension and what that would look like, right? Could you go 36 to 40 million for Baker to keep him here and whatnot? Well, John McClain, the great sports writer in Houston, he had mentioned that, looking at the quarterback landscape, potentially the contract could approach $60 million per year in annual value, which I think would just be bonkers for someone who played last year, I should say, in 2024 the way he did, and then obviously you look at the way he's played in the playoffs, which hasn't been great. Can you commit that kind of money to a player like that? But yeah, I mean, I just having some fun this morning. Why not?
Why seems like Daryl's quickly backtracking.
No, we haven't given the Houston.
Right now.
We've not given the Houston Texans quite enough first round draft capital for quarterbacks.
Keep trading with them. Yeah, why not?
Listen, they've been a good thought partner and a good trade partner, so why not keep that relationship going?
216-474-0092.
In fact, I kind of feel like the Browns should only have to give up one first-round pick for CJ, just as a little bit of a rebate over the Deshaun Watson trade, right? Because not only was it, people forget, it wasn't just 3 first-round picks that went to Houston. It was 6 draft picks total that went to the Houston Texans.
And I saw Mary Kay had her tweet last night where
they didn't cash in.
They had not cashed in, but it's weird, right? Because kind of in the Steelers sense, they make the playoffs.
Which position would you rather be in? Would you rather be in the position the Browns find themselves or the Texans are?
Well, it's the same thing with the Steelers.
Right.
Like we've kind of asked that question, but I noticed
last night. At least the
Texans
Texans can win a playoff game. They can get to the playoffs and they can win a playoff game. I'd rather be the Houston Texans right now than the Cleveland Browns.
I threw it in there. Crazy to me. The Texans are already in their 9th playoff appearance, all in the last 15 years. 9 playoff appearances. And I get it. The division, wasn't strong. So they were able to get there. We were in the AFC North, a little bit tougher.
And then I threw kerosene on the fire and said that we're not allowed to be pointing out how terrible the Browns are all the time.
Well, so that's 9 playoff appearances in the last 15 years. In the wild card era since 78, that's when they initiated the wild card. The Browns have only made the postseason 11 times in 44 seasons.
Well, in the last 30-plus years, the Browns have only played on divisional weekend once, and that was in January of 2021. The beat down in Pittsburgh of the Steelers in the COVID season.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
to advance the divisional. Think about that. The Browns haven't been relevant.
Oh, here comes Daryl.
They haven't been relevant.
He wakes up in the morning with this catalog.
In over 3 decades when it comes to divisional round play. If only they would have thrown that flag on the Rashard Higgins helmet hit at the goal line, right?
I know.
If only.
Think about how we were thinking about this team then. Let's go back to the phones.
Remember Patrick Mahomes got hurt in that game and didn't finish the game?
Chad Henne had the run of his life.
Was it the 4th down play? Yeah, the convert. Oh, man.
He had like 18 yards. Vincent in Virginia, we welcome you to the show. Thanks for paying attention. What's up, Vincent?
Good morning.
Hey.
Let me run 2 trade scenarios by you.
Here we go.
We like trade scenarios. Let's get those trade machines fired up.
Okay, everybody wants to give up on Shedeur. He's never really had a real training camp, a real chance. But that's what the Browns do with quarterbacks. That's why we've always.
I think he'll get it this year, 50. Vincent. I think he will get it this year.
But yeah, I think he'll stay around because the owner wants him for ticket sales for the stadium. And I like Shedeur. I think he has potential. But let me give you 2 trades.
Can I pause you for 1 second though?
Sure.
So Shedeur started a couple of home games. That place was half empty, and the half of the fans that actually showed up were there for the visiting team. Shedeur was not a ticket draw for the Browns.
By the way, that surprised me. That surprised me.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I think the owner think he is, but let's push that aside. Okay, let's trade Shedeur and Jerry Jeudy to the Dolphins for Mika Fitzpatrick in a late-round draft pick.
It's like an NBA style trade.
Hang on, how fast can I get that? Can I get that paperwork into the league office?
Because I've already did the research. Jeudy and Mika Fitzpatrick's salaries match.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that in the NFL. You don't have to match salaries in the NFL.
Man, Mika's going to be 30 next year.
The trade makes sense. It bolsters your defense even more. And
what do we? Wait a second.
Jeudy goes to Miami as a third.
What do you need Minka for on this defense?
I think Jerry Jeudy would fit in very well down in Miami. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Vincent, it just sounds like you're trying to get rid of Jerry Jeudy at all costs.
And I like where he's headed with that thought.
Let's go to Marvin in Cleveland Heights. What's going on, Marvin?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, welcome.
I just think we keep giving Shedeur a bad rap. Like he was on a whole nother playing field the whole season. He was the 4th guy. He didn't get any reps. And then when he got in there, he had the 32nd worst receiving core and the 32nd worst
felt worse.
Line.
It actually felt worse.
And he managed to put up worse statistics than Dylan Gabriel did.
Oh, come on, Dylan.
Well, here's the thing.
Come on, Daryl.
How can you help if you throw the ball in people's hands and it's going right through and it's an interception? Like
they certainly did not help. They did not help his cause, Marvin. Even I would not dispute any of that. His offensive line was abysmal. His receivers terrible, with the exception of Fannin. Fannin did have some drops too, so he's got to work on those hands because I don't know where that came from. He did not drop anything in college. So Marvin, I agree with you there.
Who with 32nd worst, dead last offensive line, dead last receivers? Who do you expect to be great in that situation?
You need a miracle worker, right? I mean, that's
give him a chance.
That's
what
right? That's what if, and I think he will, Marvin. I think he absolutely will have a shot, unless a new coach comes in, and this will be part of the interview process, and he says, "I can't win with that guy." But what I saw out of Shedeur was not that.
Yeah.
Shedeur, as much as I poked the bear with the fan club, Shedeur to me has not been the problem behind the scenes that that this image that it was going to be a circus every day. And I know he had the mime thing, and he did have the one staged.
He does have a
staged question with the film crew that held up a press conference after a game, which is a little bizarre. But we've seen some bizarre things. Look at the Jacksonville press conference, and people seem to like it.
Right.
People seem to like that with the nice lady, the journalist down there. So with all that said, I do not think it would be the distraction I might have thought it would for them to have a competition, or had we have been talking about drafting a quarterback, which I no longer think that is on the table given the set of circumstances and where they are in the draft. So I think he comes off remarkably likable. He was way more poised at times than I thought, handling the hits that he was taking, standing tall in the pocket at times and delivering the football down the field.
And handling the trap questions.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Shedell's always trying to probe and prod and
You're just trying to start something right now, Lima.
I love Shedell. Why are we not having Jeff Shedell? We play his clips every day. Why are we not having Jeff Shedell on? Either way. So I have to say, handling all that was thrown at him this year, the numbers were terrible. You can't dispute. There's no statistics that show that he's some sure thing and he's going to be a different player. But he'll have an offseason to work. He knows where his weaknesses are. He doesn't have a coaching staff right now that he can work with, but he's got his mechanics seem to improve. But there are a lot of bad numbers for Shedeur. There's no doubt. I think he's just got to compete. And the question is, who are you bringing in to compete? Because I do not think it can be Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson.
No. Well, it has to be Deshaun because they have to pay him $46 million and they can't cut him until March of 2027. And then that's a post-June 1 cut, so they can divide the rest of the cap. And look, it wouldn't shock me if they restructured his contract again to manipulate the salary cap. But the Deshaun thing, I think that it's similar to opening the 21-day practice window for him this past season. Hey, gave you an opportunity to practice for 3 weeks, test out that Achilles, and that we just weren't going to put you in harm's way by putting you on the field this season. You let him go through the offseason program. You give him an honest-to-goodness opportunity to compete for the starting job. But here's the thing, though, Anthony. Just because you give him an opportunity to compete for the job doesn't mean he's going to win the job. Doesn't mean you have to have any intention privately of playing. And by the way, you're like, well, how are they answering the Shedeur question? Well, hey, how are they handling the Deshaun question? Because you got to ask 2 questions.
We're still asking Deshaun Watson questions?
I think you do have to ask the Deshaun question in these interviews as well. How would you, as head coach, want to handle the Deshaun Watson situation? Privately, we're going to move on from him. It did not work out. It was an abject failure. But as head coach, how are you going to handle the questions you're going to get from the media? How are you going to handle the practice reps? How are you going to handle maybe training camp and preseason and the prospect of having him compete for this starting job? Yeah, I think that's just as a relevant question to be asking these coaching candidates as the Shedeur Sanders question.
It's fascinating to talk about, and it's the question that's going to be lingering all offseason. And the new head coach of the Browns is going to figure very prominently into the future of Shedeur. So he might not control his own destiny, and that's where it gets really interesting. Fairly or unfairly, that's where it does get very interesting. Because we know what the league thought of him coming out.
I don't think Shedeur was the least bit sad that Kevin Stefanski lost his job, but Kevin Stefanski might have been his best hope to keeping his job as the starting quarterback. And I think that gets lost in the shuffle as well.